5, and we're live. Yo, great news. Everybody come in. Official test time, 2 minutes. 5 pages, 5 paragraphs each, 5 sentences per paragraph, 5 words per sentence, 5 computer spaces in between. Please show the work. You can use a hyper-scientific calculator. You can use artificial intelligence, Siri, Sarah, Alexa, Copilot, ChatGPT, or DeepSeek R1, but you must show the work. If you do not show the revisions, I will assume you just use the computer and you will get no credit. But other than that, hey, look at that. I just gave my boy a shout out, man. There was a concert that I was unable to attend yesterday in the Dominican Republic. I was supposed to be on my way to Miami right now, but I didn't get any confirmation. And you know how this business is, right? So until we get some type of confirmation, we can't do anything. Worst case, I could probably fly out tonight, but most likely that's not going to be the case. But I have good news because I made a strategic decision, and you know, it's uh, it's one of those things. You know what I mean? It's a blessing. You know what I mean? It's a blessing. I think I made the right decision. I basically allowed myself to go through the process. That's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to reflect on that. But I also wanted to celebrate, you know, even the smallest things, even the smallest victories. You know what I'm saying? It's important to celebrate them because sometimes a lot of the smaller wins add up to the bigger ones, right? So for today, I won't be drinking coffee from here. I may venture out to Starbucks. I was looking for change to pay, and I found $5. I had a total budget of $9, maybe $2 or $3 in change. So I figured I would pay for my bus pass, which would be like $4 for the day. It lasted to tomorrow, and then I would buy breakfast at $5. Well, because I didn't buy the coffee, I didn't get the points, but I saved $1. Then I found $5, so it was like a bonus. Plus, I had like another $2 or $3 there, so I found another $8. Great news. Little did I know that intelligent me actually put away a few dollars for a rainy day. Anytime I have change, I put it away for my breakfast for the following day. Breakfast is the most important meal, and you already know I gotta eat breakfast. Been doing good with my diet. Haven't done anything extraordinary or extravagant. I'm doing good on that part. I'm not really cutting down at this phase. I'm just kind of like monitoring my intake. So of course, this is potatoes. The human is a supercomputer, so it's gonna turn into sugar, but that's good because yeah, I know I'm a, I'm gonna say something diabetic, but yeah, pretty much that's it. Um, can't eat too much ketchup. One ketchup packet for both of these, and tomatoes do kind of spin the system out of control. So being mindful of that, right? This will get the system going. Before I forget, to take my medicine. That's gonna be all day. And its effect wore off towards the evening, but I cannot afford to get sick, especially right now when I rebuild it. Oh, so I eat. Only thing is, this shit is so fucking disgusting. Oh. It's a very, very nasty taste, but I have to work. So let me share with you guys part of this decision that I made, right? So again, a lot of things out of my control, right? A lot of unknown variables. I didn't have a choice. I had to make a decision, and I had to make it fast. The fact that I was under the weather just made it even more challenging because, you know, it's tough making a decision when it's emotional or even psychological. But when you're physically not feeling at your best, you may want to postpone, before you make that decision, right? Well, for me, I couldn't do that. Give me one quick second. Hello. Good morning, man. What you doing up there, sir? Mm, okay. I was teaching a class and I fell asleep right after. Mm-hmm. McDonald's. Mm-hmm. I'm eating breakfast, and what I did was I decided to hold on because I got some good news yesterday. I'm gonna hold on for about a few more days so that I could leave better prepared. And I took all my shit and I went to the private room. Everything is not set up, but I moved everything. When one of the owners came this morning, I explained it was like a school, no problem, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna write it out. Yeah, because in the shop I have rented a room, but I was still cutting on the outside. So I finally moved my chair by myself. I didn't ask for help, and I put all my things in there. And remember what I told you that night? The main concern was that there was no roof, right? So now I took one of the tables that we used to put stuff on next to the water machine for the clients. So now with that table, God forbid anything like that ever happens, it's a roof because I'm gonna put my sleeping things right under that table. So I have the table and I have a TV right above me. So I don't never have to worry about, something like that. I'm just telling you that day, that's all I needed was something like that. So now I have two tables in there and I have one that I can move. And I just moved all my things and I just made it clear. Like, yo, you know, and that's it. I'm gonna stay to myself. I'm gonna focus on work. Right now from here I'm gonna go work out. I'm gonna go swim. I'm gonna shower up and everything and head right back to work and just have my day. Just have my regular day. So I'm not gonna be there right now because the owners just got there, you know. And I know other people are there, mad hawkish, but I do need to go get freshened up. And I do need to work out, I do need to swim. So that's just for my mental health, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be there till I'm gonna close at 7, so I don't have to be there from 9 to 7, you know what I'm saying? But I'll be there by 11 or 12. It's cool. Hmm. Yeah, because the people from Miami, he didn't hit me back in enough time, and it's like, why go to Miami just because the ticket is 40, $50? You know what I'm saying? Just wait a few days, and I have the Walmart right there. I can put money, I can send you money. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of things to my name. You, yeah, you go to add money, and then you add the barcode. Yeah, you show them the barcode. Walmart, CVS, but Walmart is the best. They just charge you $1, just regular, like they always do. Sometimes it messes up, yeah, and they don't do it, but they say they don't, but they will charge it every once in a while. Like every 2 or 3 times, they will charge you $1. Hmm. Yeah, that's it. That's my strategy. That's what I'm gonna do. I wrote to my son yesterday, and that really made me think about a lot of shit. Like, damn, you know what? I have my food right there. I can send money. I got the Goodwill. I'm gonna go buy me a pair of sneakers today. After I have a few clients, and that's it. I'm gonna throw on my shorts today because it's way too hot out here for jeans and a long sleeve like I wear most of the time. And I have to buy new T-shirts, so this will give me a chance to go through the clothing I have and then donate everything that I can't use. So I just buy me a T-shirt every few days. So I don't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? But now that I have 2 pairs of swimming pants, I can cut with them. I bought me a new pair. It looks like the American flag. I got them from Old Navy. Hmm. So with a white tee, I'll be good. And let's see how the week goes. Let's see. Let's just take it a day at a time. For right now, no, no. Just hold it. If I need it, I'll ask. Right now, I found $5 and I had 9, so that put me over the top. Because I paid for my bus and I still have $1 left. We'll talk to you later. All right, bye. Mic check 1, 2. We're back. Speak to the family. So, back to what I was saying, right? It's important for me and for you, for all of you, after in the university, throughout the course of time, to motivate and encourage yourself, to celebrate the small things. Today I made a decision that it's going to change everything. I have a private space where I'm going to be cutting hair from. It's going to be amazing. We will see how the next 2 or 3 weeks go. We'll build from there. You know? Build from there. In a way, I'm very happy because, you know, I didn't make a decision that was impulsive. Again, I've been under the weather, right? Medicine makes you wheezy, makes you drowsy, makes you emotional. But I have to overcome that. My situation is already challenging, but I have to remain mentally strong. I cannot risk my entire future based on making emotional decisions. I have to be rational. I have to be practical. I have to take every factor into consideration before I make a decision. 3 days ago, I was sick. 4 days ago, I had crashed and burned. Overall, the last 72 hours have been, recuperation. mentally, physically, emotionally, psychologically. You know, this means full deployment. Check it out, baby. Tell me that NFT is not serious, yo. What you know about that? Oh, what you know about that, yo? Shout out to all my designers, man. Shout out to my business partners at Pinterest. You know what I mean? But the decisions that I made were and have been extremely important. The market is rallying in Asia. China's on fire. You know, negotiations are going well. Everything is slowly but surely coming together. I have to pivot, right? And use that as an inspiration for myself. I woke up this morning, I shaved, basic things, combed my hair out. I moved my things from one side of the business to my little private office area. I already created the content. I put that on TikTok just to show people the growth. So now I'm gonna be able to show people the before and after. And it was something as simple as just getting good rest and debating to myself like, why leave? Why just pick up and go? Why rush things when everything is happening naturally? Everything is happening organically. Like for me, that's a sign from God. I know that most people probably won't view it that way, and it's okay if you live your life that way. You choose not to see it that way. But out of a moment of desperation and despair, there has been a discovery. So what I need to do is move forward. What I need to do is power through. What I need to do is continue to spend this time going inward into myself. What do I need to correct? What do I need to adjust? How do I need to pivot? Well, first is for this interval, I need to focus on myself. I need to focus on my business endeavors personally, meaning my responsibilities and my abilities, right? Versus trying to disperse my energy, dissipating situations that are of conflict, like basically detonating bombs and, you know, disengaging situations that are of chaos and conflict. And it goes back to the explanation that we gave yesterday. When you see a freight train coming, right? This personal development is something I've worked very, very hard for my entire life. Granted, the average person is not going to do that unless they're faced with a big enough challenge or they are inspired to overcome a situation or they just aspire to do something different. Unless they reach that moment where they want to see a change or they want to see a growth, what winds up happening is that because they don't reach that moment of having to make a choice and a decision, they never address it. And the growth cannot happen if it's not internal. So I need to lead by example. If I really want the best for this collective of people, and I see that there's a correction that I could make that can impact the atmosphere, the environment, the collective of the people, then it is also my responsibility to take that responsibility upon myself to lead by example and say, you know what, if you face yourself with similar challenges, this is how you should handle it. This is how you should administrate it. And for me, it has made the difference because I already feel better. Like the level of stress that I had is already decreased by 85%. There's another realistic 10 to 15% that I need to work on. And how can I work on that? Well, every single day I have my priority list. What can I do today? Today I already did the um first step, right? I know even when I look at the schedule, right? When I look at the time frame, I calculate or I estimate that by tomorrow I will be able to start my day even earlier. You know why? Because all of those things will be in place. And there's a few little things I want to adjust. Like, for example, maybe I'll work out in the nighttime and swim in the daytime, early morning. I need to find out if my gym gives me 24-hour access, because if it does, I don't have to worry about when the office is closed. And if my gym does not allow 24-hour access, then I'm going to go ahead and pay the difference where I am enrolled for my swimming club. These are things that, of course, it's going to help me with my diet and, you know, my physical health, but also my mental health. This opportunity that I have given myself has made the difference, and really, it was one of the main reasons why I made that decision. I realized that I was already establishing a sense of community as far as the investment in the business. Therefore, why not continue to nurture that instead of focusing on the chaotic challenges that emerged? What could I do differently? You know, again, a part of me wants to go rush to the business, but I understand that I need this mental capacity to be dispersed onto myself. I need this time to myself. I need to go work out and swim, and I need to reflect on things, and I need to pray and meditate and talk to God. That's another difference that I see being in the new environment, because I travel so much. It's different to pray and meditate and things like that because I'm not in my home. So wherever I go, I have to recreate that connection with God in the new environment. So even that itself, just acknowledging that is a breakthrough. It's a major breakthrough. Not only was I sick, I was stressed out. Not only was I stressed out, I was fatigued, you know, mostly due to lack of sleep. And I have to say, I am regaining sleep at every opportunity that is available. So that is important, you know, and I'm giving myself the recognition for making the effort, for saying, wait a minute, I know what's going on externally, and I know that the best thing I could do is to disengage from everything, which I have. Now, at the same time, I need to acknowledge that there's things that I need to heal and that I need to work on myself. So let me take this time to do exactly that. Disconnect it from any negative situations. Now I have to maintain the course. It's not just disconnected, it's maintaining the disconnection. Sending a clear message indirectly, without words, without gestures, without explanations, without conversations, without meetings. This behavior is not acceptable. And because of these things that happen, I'm going to go on this journey in this direction. And that's a non negotiable. Now, I am also going to broadcast it to the world that I'm going to take that time for myself and to myself in order to build the future that God wants me to build for my loved ones. So I can look at new opportunities without having to look through them with a filter of despair. And I can look through them with a filter of hope. That is very important. Again, I want to go drink coffee right now, but I cannot. What I need to do is hydrate my body. Um, I put away some snacks. I even got me some candy, so if my sugar drops, then I have something to keep the system going. But again, it is about this journey of discovering these things and understanding these things and improving on these things every day. Today, I want to do a better job than yesterday. Yesterday, I took time to myself. It was an excellent thing. It was the best decision I made because had I worked under stress, I wouldn't have been able to be my best. Had I not had enough rest and time to reflect and gather that energy, I couldn't pour into my students while teaching my master classes. I wouldn't have been able to attain the knowledge that I extracted, what I was given from the universe, what I received from me taking my own master classes. It wouldn't have led to making this style or quality of decisions. I made the best decisions. I feel great. My only concern right now is that it's very hot outside. And after I go swimming and work out, I'm not going to be in a business suit. I'm going to be in shorts, But where I am is a tropical climate. It's very hot, very humid. So even things like that in the future, I'm going to see how I can find a medium. Maybe in my office, I can just put a fan, for example. You know what I'm saying? So, things like that. Other than that, that's pretty much it. You know, other than that, that's pretty much it. So there's a lot of things to think about. There's a lot of things to take into consideration, and I'm happy with what I've been able to process thus far. Meaning, allowing an empty space to fill itself. I'm sure there's other things I'm going to consider as time progresses. I'm going to keep track of my progress, and that's it. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to keep track of how I am growing with the situation and through the situation. So it is in an amazing situation, that I find myself taking this moment of reflection and even something as simple as, what, let me not drink coffee, let me not boost the caffeine levels to that extent where it can cloud my judgment. I can still grab me a small cup of coffee. If you guys remember yesterday, I went from the large to the medium, and I ate so much that I said, you know what, a small one would have been just enough. Maybe I'll do that. Let me drink this medium cup of water so I can drink a small cup of coffee. You see how what I'm saying? It'll balance out. I don't have a lot of food in my office. I know I need to snack every few hours, so I do have some snacks, small changes, you know. The gum that I buy the Bubblicious gum. It comes 8 to 10 pieces. I eat 2 pieces at a time. This morning, I ate one piece. It's the small, you know, pivotal changes that are gonna make the difference. Business is good. China's on fire. Let's see what's going on in the crypto world. You know, just as an example, this is from yesterday, which I wasn't able to tap into the market yesterday. Here we go. Japan set to plan yen-based stablecoin issuance. The Japanese Financial Services Agency (FSA) is preparing to approve the country's first ever yen-dominated stablecoin this autumn. The Nikkei Asia reported on Sunday. The financial technology company JYPC Incorporated will allegedly be tasked with the issuance after registering as a money transfer business. Allegedly, the firm is planning to maintain a fixed value of 1 JPY equals 1 yen, supported by liquid assets, including bank deposits and government bonds. The tokens will reportedly be issued via bank transfer to digital wallets. Not bad. Bitcoin is the 13th, exceeds 124,000 for the first time. Bitcoin briefly surpassed 124,000 mark, reaching an all-time high and extended its recent gains. The latest surge came as investors grew more confident that the United States Federal Reserve may cut interest rates in September. The rally also gained momentum after MicroStrategy Incorporated, doing business as Strategy, disclosed its Bitcoin holdings reached a record high of 77.2 billion. The world's most famous cryptocurrency hit its peak of 124,511.98 cents before pulling back as the market experienced some volatility. At 3:51 p.m. Eastern Time, Bitcoin traded at 123,644, up by 0.19%. Ethereum, meanwhile, saw a 0.35% decline, reaching $4,734 and 10,059 of a penny. Wow, that's amazing. Let me get out of here. Let's go to tech news. Tesla. Tesla presents Model YL in new teaser. American carmaker Tesla Incorporated published a video showcasing its revamped Model Y L on Monday, eagerly awaited in China this fall. In a teaser posted on social media platform Weibo, the electric vehicle manufacturer promised a new version was coming soon. Last month, Tesla posted two pictures of the six-seater, writing Model YL, see you in the golden autumn. According to recent reports, Model YL has appeared in China's Ministry of Industry and Information Technology (MIIT) listings for vehicles eligible for purchase tax exemptions, revealing it would feature a 82 kilowatt per hour LG battery and a wheelbase extended by 152 millimeters. Not bad. So more incentives for Tesla overseas, selling more cars overseas. Breaking news. This is today. This is what I'm talking about. This is an hour and 9 minutes ago. MicroStrategy buys 430 Bitcoin for 51.4 million. MicroStrategy Incorporated, doing business as Strategy, revealed on Monday that it acquired another 430 Bitcoin at around $119,666 apiece for a total of approximately 51.4 million. Strategy's executive chairman, Michael Saylor, said that the company has 629,376 Bitcoin as of August 17. Strategy has paid around 46.2 billion for its holdings, with the average price paid per Bitcoin being around 73,320. Very good. That's it. Let me see. Lenovo to open regional headquarters in Riyadh. Lenovo Group Limited unveiled in a press release on Monday that it is planning to create a regional headquarters in Saudi Arabia's Riyadh. The RHQ will support Lenovo's broader regional strategy, including investments in a flagship retail space, VIP customer center, research and development, marketing, and strategic partnerships across Saudi Arabia. The headquarters will be in the prestigious AI Machito Tower, which is already home to a number of PIF entities, government entities, and tech companies, the company detailed. In addition, the firm announced the appointment of its executive leadership team for Saudi Arabia. Lawrence Yu has been appointed head of the RHQ, while Giovanni D will work as vice president and general manager for Lenovo Saudi Arabia, and Zoran Radumilo will act as chief technology officer (CTO) for the branch. Google accepts 36 million anti-competitive fine in Australia. Google agreed on Monday to pay a 55 million Australian dollar fine, 36 million, imposed by the Australian Competitor and Consumer Commission for entering into anti-competitive deals with two local telecommunications companies. The competition watchdog initiated proceedings before a federal court in Australia, which will review the validity of the penalty. Previously, Google's Asia Pacific division was accused of anti-competitive practices, enabling the sale of new Android devices with a pre-installed Google search engine. In return, the companies received a part of the advertising revenue generated from these sales. Google ultimately conceded that the deals harmed competition as they excluded other search engines. Tesla is said to have cut United Kingdom monthly lease fee by almost 50%. Tesla Incorporated has nearly halved its monthly lease prices in the United Kingdom, enabling British drivers to lease a vehicle for a little over half of what they had to pay a year ago. The Times reported, citing industry sources, Tesla is now offering up to 40% discounts to UK leasing companies in an effort to boost sales. The shortage of storage space for Tesla vehicles in the UK also contributed to the discounts, the report said. Musk. New X algorithm definitely much better. Billionaire and entrepreneur Elon Musk praised on Saturday the new X algorithm, saying that it is better than the previous one. Trying out the new algorithm powered by Grok 4 Mini, it's definitely better. Will require 20,000 GPUs to roll out to all users, and there is higher latency. But the juice is worth the squeeze, he wrote in a post on X. Meanwhile, recently, Musk also revealed that X users would be able to play around with xAI Corporation's superfast image and video generator, Grok Imagine, for free. He added that this feature will only be available for a limited amount of time. Meta. This is from the 15th. Meta set to undergo fourth AI restructuring in 6 months. Meta Platforms is preparing its fourth overhaul of artificial intelligence operations in 6 months. The information has reported, citing three people familiar with the matter. The company's new AI arm, Meta Superintelligence Labs, will be split into four units, a newly created TBD lab to be determined, a team developing AI-driven products such as the Meta AI Assistant, an infrastructure focus group, and the Fundamental AI Research Lab, which pursues longer-term projects, two of the people said. So that pretty much wraps up what's going on in the markets. I don't want to go too deep because time is of the essence. So let's calculate our navigation for GPS. And let's see how we can rock and roll. Let's see. Mm. So plus 12 on the return. Okay, so the return is 11:15, 12:15, 1:15. Okay. So we'll take that into consideration. Let's shut down early so we can proceed to the next interval. See you guys in the next one.